Quintana, coming to you from the Beehive. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable Thanksgiving table favor using the Pretty Pines Thinlits. Now I have to hold this up to the camera a little bit because it's really small, but what I love about this is if you turn it around, it houses one little Rolo. And this Rolo is going to keep this favor anchored on your table. You know how sometimes someone will walk by and it creates a draft of air and the thing goes shifting off the table? Well, this one's going to stay put with this little Rolo, and it gives your guests a little treat afterwards. The great thing about these little favors is that they're easy to make, so you can make one for every place at your Thanksgiving table. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this. So to start off with, you're going to need your simply scored scoring board, and you're going to need a piece of chocolate chip cardstock, and I've cut this piece to 3 3/8 inches by 3/4 of an inch. I'm just going to place this piece at the top of my scoring board, and we are going to score 4 times at the 5/8 inch mark, at the 1.5 inch mark, the 2 1/8 inch mark, and the 2 3/4 inch mark. Then you can put your board aside, and you're just going to fold your strip along all the score lines. Then you're going to take some Tombow glue. I like to use Tombow because it really holds things together well. So you're just going to put Tombow on one of the end segments, and you're going to bring your piece together, and it's going to form kind of this trapezoid shape like that. Then I usually like to wait a little bit and let this dry, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to go ahead and slip my Rolo in there right now. If you have trouble getting your Rolos into these spaces because they might be a little soft, if it's warm in your room, a good idea is to freeze them first, and then you'll have no problem slipping them inside your little holder. So that's the little base. Then you're going to need your Big Shot, and I've got both my platform and my thin die adapter here, and I'm going to put down one of my cutting plates. I'm going to take a piece of garden green cardstock, and I'm going to take a piece of chocolate chip cardstock. And I'm going to take the smallest pine bow from the Pretty Pines Thinlits, and I'm just going to place it on my scrap piece of garden green here. And then I'm also going to take one of the pine cones. I've got these ones flipped over to the back side, so just look for the one with the little dots on the back. And we'll put that on here, and then we'll run it through. So to get these out, you just kind of peel away the cardstock, and I'm going to use my paper piercing tool to kind of just poke my little branch out of its little space. There's the branch, and I'll do the same for the pine cone. Just gently push it through, and it will release from the framelit. Like that. Then you're going to need a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and you're going to need your chocolate chip ink pad. I'm going to be using the Happy Thanksgiving stamp from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. So I'm inking that up here, and I'm just going to stamp that down on my piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to bring in my classic label punch. And it's really neat. We can just see exactly where the placement of the greeting will be. So just center it in your window, and when you like how it looks, go ahead and punch it. And now we just need to assemble everything. So I like to have my greeting just on top of my pine cone. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow at the bottom of my pine cone, and then I'm just going to tuck my pine cone just behind the greeting like that. I like it to be centered. And then I'm going to take my pine branch, and I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on the bottom 3 branches because the rest is going to be exposed. Kind of like that. Actually, you can see I probably went a little bit too crazy on the Tombow, so maybe only on 1/2 of that. So let me get rid of the glue on that side. So just put it on the bottom 3 of the right side Okay, and then you're going to take your little Rolo, and I'm going to glue it to the cardstock side. So you can take your piece and you can just put a little bit of Tombow on one of the sides of your Rolo, and you can just glue that down. Again, I like to center the Happy Thanksgiving, and the pine cone kind of covers up the Rolo, so that's kind of nice. It's kind of a surprise. When you sit down, you can find the little Rolo back there. It's kind of cute. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to use some linen thread, and I've already created a little bow for that just as an embellishment. And because the linen thread is really light, I'm actually going to use just a bit of Tombow to glue it on. So just right here, right above the Happy Thanksgiving on the pine cone, I'm just going to put a dot of glue. That's probably a little bit too much, but I'm just going to put a dot of glue there, and then I'm just going to put my thumb on there for a few seconds and hold it down until it sticks like that. And there you go, you've got an adorable table favor, and I think these would look really cute all around the table at Thanksgiving, or you could do them for Christmas too. The Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set also has a Merry Christmas stamp that will fit the classic label punch. All the supplies you'll need to make this adorable table favor are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now. If you like this tutorial, be sure to check out all the free with purchase tutorials available on my blog. The Hershey's Turkey tutorial is just one of the exclusive tutorials that you can choose free with a minimum purchase in my Stampin' Up! Store.